Eh, what's up, Doc?
Hello warriors, welcome back to Lupus Tips. I'm Susie Eaglesflight from Andrew's Gift and Lupus South Africa. Today we are going to do a video for family and friends, how they can assist you. So send this video to who needs to listen on how they can help you, and you stay tuned too. You might just learn something about yourself. What can they do? So many times family and friends don't know how they can help you. So we've put together a little video to just help them do that. Number one, educate yourself about lupus. A lot of the symptoms aren't visible, so you will need to know more about lupus to understand your loved one that is feeling ill. I will also include in the post a link to our YouTube channel and the lupus basic video, which gives you a lot of knowledge on lupus. Number two, be a medical advocate. Your family member may ask you to help interact with his or her medical team. Ways you are asked to help include help with appointments. Remember the appointments for your loved one. Accompany your loved one to appointments and make sure they are reminded on when the appointments are, and bring the essentials. Take a copy of the number for the medical team in case you are delayed. List of medications and allergies, and think what else. Maybe a jacket, medications, water, or a small snack. And then also help with transportation. You might be the one to drive your loved one to the medical team. Parking, know where the parkings are and navigate towards a good parking. Remember, a lupus warrior cannot walk far. Don't mind to wait, because it may take over an hour or two to wait for the appointment. Know your role. Know where your loved one wants you to assist during an appointment. Emergency contact, who the medical team can phone in case of an emergency. And then healthcare proxy, which means somebody that can make decisions for your loved one if they aren't able to. Whether it is to you, just make sure that they do have a healthcare proxy and in emergency contact. Number three, talk about their flare plan. If your loved one is open to receiving help, ask them how you can assist them during a flare. The symptoms of a flare: ongoing fever or lower grade fever, painful and swollen joints, increase in fatigue, rashes, sores in the mouth and nose, general swelling in legs and feet and hands, and any other new symptom is usually when the lupus flare. What are the triggers? Learn about the common triggers for a lupus flare and ask how you can avoid these triggers, which can be common triggers is overworking, not getting enough sleep, sun exposure, and infection, injury, stopping your lupus medication, and others like sulfa antibiotics, Equinoforce, and hal and alfalfa sprout and garlic. It can also start a flare. Medications. If they are prescribed new medications during a flare, go and pick them up for them and make sure they are taking it. Number four, support their self-care journey. As lupus warriors, we are so focused on fighting the disease and the physical symptoms that we forget about self-care. And as a family member, make sure that your loved one does some self-care. There are a bunch of self-care techniques that can help your family member. Self-care tips can be used with the clinical care or on their own. There are several things that you do to support your family member on their self-care journey. Ask them if they have any self-care goals like resting techniques, sleep, physical activity, and nutrition. If they don't have any of these self-care goals, you can help them set these goals and make the goals achievable, not too difficult. Encourage the person to do self-care by joining them on their self-care journey. For example, go with a walk with them, play with a pet, anything to encourage self-care. Number five, take care of yourself. Caring to someone with lupus is stressful, and you have serious traumatic moments in that journey, and therefore you will have to take care of yourself. and your own mental health. Take time away from lupus or your loved one where you just do regular things you will usually do. Make sure that you are okay and stick to routines. And if you aren't doing okay, contact a healthcare professional or a therapist or a counselor so you just can talk about it. Talk therapy helps a lot with in the journey of taking care of yourself. Okay, assist with cognitive problems. I'm sure you have heard about brain fog. There are periods where that your loved one will have communication problems, cannot concentrate, cannot form words. That are all ways that they struggle with cognitive problems. They usually have the following symptoms, which is short-term memory loss, for confusion, forgetfulness, disorganization, difficulty concentrating, and difficulty putting thoughts into words. The key to maximizing memory is keeping a routine and sticking to that routine. It's a safe space. Any change in the routine will be more difficult for a person struggling with cognitive problems. Ways you can assist: calendar. Make a large calendar, put it on a fridge or someplace that your loved one will be able to see it, and put on doctor's appointments, events, and other important dates. Review daily events. Review the events and activities with your family member when the day is over. A good thing is to make a list of the following day's events to remind them. Give instruction to your loved one and ask them to say it back to you, that you make sure that they have heard the instruction. Post reminders where your loved one can see them. It's usually good to plan and remind them about the events a few days ahead to make it easier for them. And then memory journal. Okay, memory journal is usually for your family member, and they then put their feelings, their appointments, everything that they feel important must be in that journal. We are working on an app and will hopefully be finished next year. But until then, you can buy a normal medical journal and help your family member with logging everything in there. Personal items. Put important things in the same place all the time. Assistive devices. You can label pill boxes and pill jars for them. You can use reminders on your phone and alarms if they have memory impairment. Good communication skills. As you say something to your loved one, hint important days, times, names for them. Emphasize important points by repeating them. Good communication skills will also is also talking near the person so that they can hear and pay attention to what you're saying. Make sure you have the person's attention. Speak face to face for the concentration. Talk about important ideas in a quiet place, otherwise they will be distracted. Discuss important things with a small number of people present so that make sure that your loved one has his or her attention on you. Number 7, ideas to help a friend with lupus if you are not the caretaker. Because what we have discussed is more or less a caretaker, a support person. If you are not that person, how can you help someone with lupus? If you hear of someone with lupus and it's a friend of yours, how can you just assist them? Prepare a meal. It's difficult to cook if you have lupus, so that will help a lot. Also, organize play dates with the kids or sleepovers. It helps a lot for the person with lupus to get some rest. Organize house cleaning for that person because it's something that he or she won't be able to do. Car wash, grocery trips, financial support, because I always need some support with that. Take some tasks that they delegate and ask them, how can I help you? Please tell me what I can do for you to make your life easier. And home visits, a lot of people feel isolated, so make sure you visit them on a regular basis so that they don't feel alone. Talk about how he or she is doing. It's important for them to know that they are heard. In conclusion, if your family member or friend is diagnosed with lupus, don't just be an online supporter. They need somebody for physical support that is there for them during the good and the bad. Staying away or avoiding them makes them feel isolated and alone. Never say they're lazy. Don't suggest any cures because lupus cannot be cured. After 18 years of having lupus, the worst thing about lupus to me is the suffering. If you can help your family member with a bit of the suffering, please do so. And remember, lupus does not just happen to a family member or a friend, it happens to a family. You need to work as a team to help your family member with lupus. Otherwise, your loved one will never live beyond lupus. If you liked this tip, please hit the like button below. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Andrea's Gift Teens and Tweens, Susie Eagles Flight, and Lupus South Africa. Thank you for listening, and please view our socials, Instagram and TikTok for the monthly tip. Remember, giving up is not an option.
That's all, folks.